Hello, people. This is the Black Glove Gamer, and this is my first look at Borderlands 2 VR. Released October 22nd, 2019, developed by Gearbox Software, and published by 2K. Currently, it's in the Steam store for $49.99. Now, this first look is coming from an individual who has not played any of the Borderland VR, well, not Borderland VR, but Borderland games in general. Haven't played any. Always heard a lot of good things about it, pertaining to more so Borderlands 2 as far as with co-op, great story, very enjoyable. Shooting mechanics were top notch. That's all I heard. Great stuff, great stuff. But as far as my first experience with this title, I didn't care for it. Did not care for it at all. But I would like to say this is actually my second video. The first one was very harsh. Very, very, very harsh. This one still will be somewhat, but not like the prior one. Okay, now the reason why I say this, when I started the game, the controllers in your hands, the scale was way off. I mean, they were about twice the size that I was supposed to be. So like my hand was probably like 6 feet tall. And then as far as when you have your hands out in front of you, they were like floated maybe a foot or two in front and then like a foot down. It was very, very strange. Now, as far as a lot of people's reviews on this title, a lot of people felt like they got VR sick. Now, once I tweaked and took away, all the comfort settings, at first I wasn't really feeling it. But I would say about maybe 40 minutes in, it did start to get to me a little bit, but not to the point where I would have to stop playing. Now, that's not the same as far as, well, I used the Vive for my initial, then I switched over to the Odyssey. With the Odyssey, yeah, 10 minutes, I couldn't take it, had to take it off, and I'm actually still not right, and it's been probably about an hour since I played. But hey, I'll be well again. It's really no big deal, but if you're somebody who that can be affected easily by it, I'm guessing it probably would be good to keep the comfort settings on and not use smooth locomotion. I don't use teleport. I'm not. It's rare for me to use the teleport setting, but this may be one of the cases where the teleport setting would be great for individuals that suffer from it, or like, let's just say you're not someone that really does suffer from it, but you want to play the title, you may have to go teleport only. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But as far as, like I said, the scale for my hands were off. The feel of when I was firing the weapon, that was off. So you can go into your settings and tweak the angle of your weapon. But even the claptrap was almost the same size as me, and I know I saw trailers, and it's like claptrap was about knee level. I really didn't get it. Didn't get it at all. And even when you were going up, finding boxes that had money and weapons and ammunition in them, the boxes were like the same size as you. And I'm like, well, you're a toolbox. How are you like the size of a porta potty? It's very strange. Very strange indeed. But the thing that made me record another video was I did come across a thread on Reddit. I will be linking it. I will be linking it to everyone. But you have to use, if you're a Steam user, if you're somebody that's not using Oculus, you'll have to use Revive in order to have everything scaled the way it's supposed to be. I don't know what is up with Steam VR and it not being scaled correctly, but that fixed the problem with me, and it did make the game more enjoyable. Other than that, I would say that it was just things with, as far as with the weapons, if I have a two-handed weapon, I want to use two hands to hold it. It's not a game breaker but that's what I prefer. And I really, this does seem like a title where it's like, wow, I really would love to play this title with other people. But if I want to do that, I'm going to have to play the pancake version of it. So, all in all, I really wish that it wouldn't have launched in that state. I'm surprised a lot of people use Steam VR for their titles. You have, you got the mixed reality headset, you got Pimax, you got the Vive Cosmos is in play. You would think that, hey, let's test it on Steam VR since we're selling. It's in the Steam store. It makes sense to test it with Steam VR. But hey, and then sometimes when it is day one and there's issues, they will say, well, we already know, we're aware of this problem, we're working on it. I'm like, I don't even see anything. That peed me off. But since it seems to only be affected by Steam, I'm pretty sure that they're going to come out with a patch that will help it, and probably other patches that will give more comfort to the individual while they're playing. I hope so. Like I said, the Vive I was okay for the most part, but when I switched over to the Odyssey, that's when I got sick. So I don't know what the difference was between the Odyssey and the Vive that caused me to feel the way that I was feeling, because I really did have to stop playing. It was almost like, okay, I want to continue playing, because as far as like the dialogue with the different characters and stuff like that, I was like, oh wow, this is good. I can tell that this has a very fun story, and I would like to proceed. But it's like, oh man, now we went from the scaling issue to now it's the VR sickness issue. But we'll just have to teleport around. Hopefully, like I said before, updates will be made, smooth out the things that are really messing with it. And perhaps once that's said and done, it really would be... I really feel like it should have been 50 with co-op. I don't understand how you can have a title such as like The Forest. The Forest gets they added on VR and multiplayer. So come on 2K, come on Gearbox. I'm pretty sure that you are able to do this. All you're doing is mimicking things that was already in the title. But hey, that's my little, I guess, rant of my first look. But other than that, once everything was scaled correctly, the game did look better. As far as it running, it did run well. I'm not gonna sit there and say I went through a whole bunch of stuttering and things like that. Nah, ran very good on my system. It's like what, maybe mid range to below, and I didn't have any problems playing it on my beat up, well not beat up, my power spec. It ran pretty. It got an i7 and a 1070 in it, and 16 gigs of RAM. I'll put the specs for the laptop down below. But yeah, it ran well on there. It was just a scale. Everything was scaled. It was so off. It was off. It just threw me off. I didn't set off like 8 times. But yeah, that's what happens when you have VR sickness. You're not in your right mind. Not in your right mind at all. But go ahead, if you're somebody that bought the title, use the link below as far as what to do. And if after doing the fix, if you want to keep it. Hey, if you're like, I'll just refund it until they get better, then hey, go ahead and do that. But that's all I got to say about this title. This is the Black Glove Gamer. Like, share, please subscribe, and all that great stuff. And I'm out.
I don't hear bullymongs anymore. Kind of just waiting on you to get me out of here.
But please, take your time. Can't help but notice you're not getting me out of here. Maybe you're thinking, oh, Claptrap's such a strong and noble paragon of justice and skill, he can get out himself.
Which most of the time you would be totally right about. But
many thanks, friend of friends. Onward!
Hey kiddo, Jack here, president of Hyperion. Let me explain how things work here. The Vault Hunters show up, Vault Hunter looks for the new vault, Vault Hunter gets killed by me. You see the problem here? You're still alive. So if you could just do me a favor and off yourself, that'd be great. Thanks, Pumpkin.
oh, My eye just switched back on! I see a tough-looking minion and an incredibly handsome robot, which means that
Whoever has my eye.
is very close!
Quick! Use your Echo's badass mega fun time, or
Bamf time? That makes slow motion! Yet another miraculous advantage of using a virtual echo!